Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another vlog. My name is Jennifer, but everyone calls me Yenny. And today we are celebrating Jaden's birthday. We're gonna have a little cookout with the whole family. His birthday was a few days ago, but it fell during the week. So now we are going to get the whole family here and just celebrate him together. So I have a lot to do today. I have been up already a few hours and it is only 8 a.m. I already went to Walmart. There are always last minute things that are needed. And I thought I had everything twice already. And then this morning I was like, you know what? It would be best if I buy more of this or more of that. So I went to Walmart. I bought ice for our drinks. I'm just now having my coffee and we need to get started with the rest of everything. Yesterday I baked a couple of cakes, which if you saw my last video, it is in that video, and I went ahead and made a tres leches cake, but it has been sitting overnight. And today I need to make some whipped frosting, frost the cakes and decorate them. Also need to make some rice. I need to set up the tables outside. It's just a small little cookout, so I don't have a lot to decorate or anything like that. I didn't buy anything. I'm just gonna use a couple of things that I already had around the house to just kind of make it look a little bit nice. And since right now I have all my Halloween stuff, it just kind of ended up being a little bit of a Halloween theme. But we are in October. It is October 5th, so it's a Sunday. We couldn't do it yesterday because Jaden had band competition all day long, and he is going to be busy every single Saturday for like the next 4 or 5 weeks. So we had to do it today, which is fine. We're doing it at 3, which is pretty early for us. Everybody will have time to get here, eat, hang out, and then still have time to do other things if that's what they need to do. So thank you for joining me today. And I think the first thing that we're gonna do is go ahead and make that whipped frosting so that we can frost the cakes and decorate them. Are y'all tired of Jaden's birthday yet? I feel like this year we really dragged it out, but this is the last video, I promise, of his birthday, which is really just a lot of preparations. But I am following the exact same recipe that I did in my last video, or maybe like 2 videos ago, of this stabilized whipped cream frosting. It is by Sugar Spun Run, and I am using the full recipe and then also halving another one. So the recipe asks for 1 teaspoon gelatin or unflavored gelatin, 1.5 tablespoons cold water, 1.5 cups heavy cream, half a cup powdered sugar, and 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. I mix the gelatin and the cold water together and then set that aside. And now I am mixing the heavy cream, powdered sugar, and vanilla, and I'm gonna do it just until it's soft, before it forms peaks. And then by that point my gelatin was formed, so then I popped it in the microwave for just 5 seconds and slowly poured it in there, and then kept beating it until it gave me the right consistency. Okay, this is what our whipped topping looks like. I have my tres leches cake here, which I let it sit overnight. It already has the tres leches on it. It is ready to frost. I made the full recipe plus half because I did have a lot left over the last time I did this, but I feel like I needed a little bit more. So I'm gonna use half of this on this one and then half on my other cake. The recipe for the tres leches cake is in my last video, so make sure you check that out if you want the full recipe. I did have to let it sit overnight, so that's why it is in a previous video. And this whipped frosting, you guys, it is perfect for these cakes. It does not melt, it does not collapse, and it tastes really good, just really light. It is not overly sweet at all. And it is just one easy extra step from just the regular whipped frosting. So now I am adding my chopped pecans on this cake, and then I'm going to top it with some pineapple slices and some peaches. And here is Jaden's homemade tres leches birthday cake. I think it turned out really, really good. What do y'all think? Our next cake is just this simple chocolate fudge cake. All I'm gonna do to this one is frost it, and then I bought these maraschino cherries, so I'm just gonna top them with this, and that's it. I was a little bit concerned that one cake wouldn't be enough, so that's why I made two, and that was the best choice I made because there was hardly any cake left of either one. I usually just buy a cake and then also buy some extra cupcakes just in case, but this year I decided to try and make them myself to save a buck. You know, everything is so expensive nowadays, but they turned out so great, and even though I used like a cake box mix, I still feel like they were better than the store-bought ones. So this one I decided to top it with some cherries, and it was looking a little bit funny. I didn't know if it was the stems or what, but once I added some almonds, I think that totally fixed it, and it made it look so delicious, and it tasted delicious too. And here is our chocolate fudge cake with cherries and slivered almonds. That looks so good, you guys. I cannot wait. I am definitely gonna have a slice of both. Breakfast, I cleaned up a little bit. It is 10 o'clock now, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started on my rice because I'm thinking that's gonna take me 2 to 3 hours to get it all done because I don't know how to make a big batch of it. Like, it just doesn't turn out right. So what I'm gonna do is use the pan that I always use for when I'm making rice here for us, and I'm thinking I'm going to make 4 of these, and hopefully that'll be enough. And I did buy these deep roasting pans. This is where I'm gonna put my rice in, so I got 2 of them so that I can do 2 pans in each one. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna start pretty early because like I said, anytime that I try to make more like in a bigger pot, it just does not come out right. So I'm not gonna risk it, and I'm just gonna use my pan that I always use. So let me get my first batch going, and while that's cooking, we're gonna head outside and maybe set up the tables and the chairs. And then I'll just show you how each batch turns out once I get it done. So let's go ahead and get this first batch going. All I'm gonna add to my rice is some garlic powder and my consomé de tomate. I have an aunt that makes the best rice. We all agree, the whole family agrees that she has the best rice we have ever tried. Nobody can make it as good as her. I don't know what her secret is, but doesn't every family have that one aunt who does the best rice? My mom makes the best beans. I have a tia that makes the best salsas. I am just not at that level yet, you guys. Maybe one day to my nieces and nephews, I'll be the tia that makes the best something. But I do not think that I'm there yet. And making all the food for parties, that is a lot of work, and it is very time consuming. So all I made was the rice, the salsas I bought, and I just skipped out on the frijoles charros. One, because I just had so much to do already, and it was an earlier party than normal, and 2, because it was just such a hot day and just really nobody has time for all of that. So while I'm out here setting up the tables, I do have a timer on for my rice because I did not want it to burn, and I am not very good at multitasking. I forget one thing or the other, and I did not want this to burn. So after each batch, I did put a timer on, except for one. There was one batch that I totally forgot. The good thing was that my husband was home and he was inside, and I guess he just noticed it and ended up turning it off. And when I came inside running, I was like, my rice. He was like, I just turned it off. He was like, it was so dry, but it didn't burn. It was just shy of that. Anyways, I am back out here trying to set up these tables and chairs. I'm by myself doing this. My husband was gone. I forgot what he had to do, but he was out running errands. There was something that he needed to get. I don't remember what it is. And then Jaden, I think he was getting ready for church, or maybe he was already at church at this point. And I am too desesperada to be waiting for anybody, so I just did it by myself. this little spider just needed to be glued back on its web. So I did that, and now I'm gonna start setting out the table covers. I had some of these already from last year. So this Nightmare Before Christmas one I already had, but it ended up being too short for this. So I did have an extra like black table cover to place underneath that, and then I placed the Nightmare, what's it called, Nightmare Before Christmas one on top of that. And like I said, I was using a lot of what I already had, so this did end up being a bit of a Halloween theme, which got us thinking that for next year we had already decided it and we planned it while we were out there because of all the Halloween decorations and just the timing of it. Jaden's birthday next year, of course, he'll be 18. So our plan is that for his 18th birthday party, we are going to have a Halloween party, like just like costumes, games, prizes. We already told Jaden we already have it all planned out, and I think it is going to be so much fun. So I guess I'm hanging up the happy birthday banner first before the rest of the table covers, and all I did was use duct tape, and it actually works really well on this brick wall. And then after this, I will be moving on to placing the rest of the table covers. It was a little bit windy, but not too bad compared to other days. And once again, duct tape was my friend here. I always have to have some duct tape. It just always comes in handy. All right, I am on my last batch of rice. I went through almost the whole 5-pound bag. This is all that is left off of that 5-pound bag. So I think that should be plenty. And you guys, it is such a hot day today. It is so hot out there. I don't know where the fall days went, but they are not here in Texas, in Kaufman, Texas at least. So where I set the tables out, I'm a little out of breath. Where I set the tables out, that is where we usually get shade first, which is why I put them out there. But right now they are in full sun. Jaden just got back from church, so I think I'm gonna have him help me bring those back up to some shade for now. The problem is, usually we start our parties a little bit later, usually around 5. And today I'm starting it at 3 because it is a Sunday. And the problem is, I don't know what the sun is doing. I don't know where it's gonna be at 3 o'clock when people start getting here. So I think for now, I'm gonna go ahead and get those tables up in the shade because it is so hot, and especially that black one, like I was putting my hand over it, it is too hot. You can't even touch it. And that's also why I haven't put the chairs out yet, because I don't want them to heat up too much. So I'm thinking I'm gonna bring up the tables. I'm gonna go ahead and get the drinks in the coolers and get the ice in there so that those will get nice and cold by the time everybody gets here. And then after that, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get ready, and then probably around 2 is when I'll start taking everything out and setting things up, get the chairs going and all that, because like I said, I don't know what the sun is doing, and it is way too hot to go ahead and take everything out there. So for now, I'm gonna hold off on that, but I am gonna go ahead and start getting the drinks into the coolers. So it is 12:23, and this is what the sun is doing right now. So it has already started to like move, like the shade is starting to go up this way because that was in the full sun, and now it's shaded. I do think this is a little bit closer that way, like it's creeping out that way. And then over here you can see like the sun is starting to hit this side now. So I think we might be okay. Like I said, the tables are still in full sun right now, so I am gonna have Jaden just help me put them up here for now. And then once it gets closer, we'll see if maybe we can leave them here or push them out to the grass. We'll see. All right, there's my little Jaden finally here to help me. I have him bringing me some ice, and then we're just gonna get all of these drinks into the coolers. I have Coke Zero, Dr. Pepper, Sunkist, and waters. We always run out of waters, and I keep forgetting that I need to buy 2 of these 40 packs, but I think at the time I just look at it and I'm like, 40 is surely enough with all the other drinks, and it never is enough. We always run out. I also have some Capri Suns for the little kids, and then we'll get the tables up here in some shade. While I was doing all of this, I did get a phone call from my son. He is done with his basic training, you guys. The last thing that they did was the forge, and they passed it. So now he is just waiting for graduation. He is 2 weeks away from that. I think this week is just going to be recovery, and next week is going to be all the practicing for the graduation and all the signing out and all the processing that they have to do. And we did already book an Airbnb. It's going to be an apartment. It's just me and my husband, so we didn't need anything big. And the apartment looks nice, and it's 20 minutes away from Fort Jackson. So that is all booked, and we are so excited for this road trip and this graduation. All right, it is a little bit later, not quite 2 yet, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and start prepping some things to take outside. So I want to get the dip for the chips. I got just some like salsa and some nacho cheese dip, or salsa con queso cheese dip. So I want to get these in little containers so that I can set them out in the tables. I'm gonna get the chips into some buckets, get my salsas ready. These are for the carne asada. And then yeah, we'll start taking stuff outside and start setting up the chairs and everything else. I dug out all the little containers that I could find, so none of it is matching. Some of them are white. Then I have these like Mexican like plastic molcajete type bowls. I have a Pioneer Woman one, and then just some clear bowls. But we never do this, you guys. We always buy just the different flavored types of chips. But I wanted to change it up a little bit, so I went with just tortilla chips and all the dips. And I think everybody really enjoyed that change. The salsas were good. This nacho cheese dip was good. Or salsa con queso. I don't know why I keep trying to call it nacho cheese dip, but it was all really good, and they were all gone by the end of the night. And again, next time I need to buy some more. Before I set everything out, I need to really wipe down all of these chairs. We had someone come out and power wash the house, all the brick and everything. And because these chairs were already sitting out, it kind of got splashed with all the dust that came off the house and just the water and everything. So they were pretty dirty. I had to wipe each and every one of them down. And once I get all of this done, then I will start bringing everything out, setting it up on the table. I'll be moving things around because I am just gonna try to arrange it in the best way that it makes sense for when like people come out and serve themselves, because we are going to have all of the food outside. I went with orange and green cake plates, again, just to go with the Halloween theme. And I am mixing them up. So I'm doing one orange, one green, just so that they all get used and we have a mixture of colors outside. And then the last thing is going to be to set the chips and the dips outside. I didn't record the actual party, you guys. I really just wanted to be present, but I do wish I would have gotten just a little bit of Jaden, at least like blowing out his candles or opening some of his presents. But after this, it just got so busy. People started getting here and I just didn't even take out my phone anymore. And because I thought this was going to be a short video, it could have been a 20-minute video, you guys, but I thought it was going to be so short, so I picked it up the next day. Oh, and I did also have Halloween music playing.
We're watching our kids growing up in a flash. Don't it feel like the good times go by too fast? Yeah, I wish time would take a little slower. Sometimes it feels like a blink and then it's over. Better soak it in, better make it last. Live it up while we can, cause the good times go by too fast.
It is the next day, you guys. I didn't record anymore after yesterday. I really don't like recording too much at parties. One, because I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable, and two, because I really do just want to be present. And it takes a lot to be recording everything and seeing everything through a little phone screen. So I'd rather just be present. But we had a wonderful time, a great time. Jaden had a great birthday. He really enjoyed everyone coming out and celebrating with him. So yeah, it was just a really great day. But man, I am so tired. We are struggling over here, okay? I didn't even go for my walk this morning. It's Monday, so Jaden's at school. I don't have my grandbaby right now. But yeah, I didn't even go for my walk this morning. It wasn't even motivation. Like the motivation was there. I really wanted to go, but I was just so tired. I had no energy. I was like, I cannot do it. And that's okay. Sometimes you just gotta take a day off and listen to your body. And I have not had a rest day in such a long time because I have just been go, go, go for the past, I don't even know how many days. And today I really just needed to relax. So I have done nothing this morning. It is already 10:30, which seems pretty early still, but I have been up since 5:30 and I haven't done a thing. The good thing is that the house is not so bad. We were mainly outside, so the inside really there's not too much out of place or things that were just left everywhere. I do have a table full of things that needs to be washed and over here in the sink also, but this is just everything that we brought in from outside last night. So my sister helped me clean up last night. So outside is pretty clean. The tables and the chairs are still out, but I'll do that way later. Right now, I really just want to get the kitchen and the dining room back in order so that I can really just continue to relax, because that's on my mind. So that doesn't fully let me relax. I'm like, I need to go. I'm just thinking I need to go wash the dishes. I need to go clean up. I need to go do this. So let me get this taken care of. And then that will pretty much be it for today. So let me show you what the house is looking like. Like I said, it's not too bad. It's just a few things scattered around. So like I said, we were mostly outside, so the house is in pretty good shape. There's just a couple of drinks right there and a couple of water bottles right there, but that's it. Everything else is nice and clean. This bag, I think, still has some, yeah, it has some Halloween things. I think there's a table cover in here, just some things that I didn't use. And then this is just an empty bag. So that'll be really easy to put away. Everything else, there's nothing up here. This is how the dining room table looks like. It's really not bad. It's just a bunch of stuff that needs to be put away. That needs to be washed. I need to put the hot dog buns away, these two away. This is all that's left of the candy, so I'm gonna wash those baskets. This is empty. I gotta wash that. My little pin holder that can go back in its spot, a couple of rolls of paper towels, some plates, some forks and spoons. So yeah, nothing too bad. A couple of things that I need to wash. And then over here is the same thing. Here are all our dip bowls that were in there, our chip bowls. This is from this morning. A few dirty dishes, and then these, I just got to put those away. But that's pretty much it. So yeah, it's really not too bad. So this shouldn't take me too long. Let's go ahead and get started and get this out of the way. A big thank you to my sister for helping me clean the night before. She just started cleaning and picking up, and I really didn't want to. I was like, Denise, just leave it alone. I'll get it all the next day. And she was like, well, I'm just gonna throw this away and just take this inside. So it definitely made cleanup a lot easier on this day, and I am so thankful for that because it would have been a lot of work to do by myself. Jaden is now at school, my husband is now at work, but thanks to her, it just really wasn't that bad, and cleanup was very easy on this day. I just had to get everything off of this dining room table, which is where most of it ended up, which is a lot of just like dirty dishes, all the kitchen stuff that just kind of goes right here. Back behind this rack is some shelves where I just put like some extra like paper towels, paper plates, plastic forks and spoons, so it was all right there. That window cover in the dining room is really creepy. I think out of everything, that's the one that freaks me out the most. It just looks very ghostly, very creepy, just haunted. And when I'm not paying attention and I catch a glimpse of it, it just creeps me out. But anyways, I have moved on to the kitchen. I am putting away all the clean dishes that I already had, and then I'll be moving on to washing all of this big load of dishes. I think most of you already know I've had you on here for a while, but I do hand wash all of my dishes. I don't have a dishwasher. I'm pretty used to it by now. I just do wish that I had a bigger sink. I'm gonna be skipping through some of these dishes every now and then, just jumping y'all ahead because it was a lot. So like I said, I could have had a short video for once, you guys, and I just felt like it wasn't enough, so then I continued on to recording the next day. So along with the party prep, here is a little bit of this cleaning motivation, and that's just part of it. This is the reality of the aftermath of all the parties and all the fun. It just goes hand in hand. It's not all fun and games. Everything is back to normal. Everything is nice and clean. The living room is picked up. I went ahead and put the bucket of candies over there. But yeah, everything is good. The cleanest sink, and look at this huge mountain of clean dishes. But like always, a mountain of clean dishes, that's okay. What we don't like is a mountain of dirty dishes. So this, even though this is all just right there, that makes me feel so much better than the mess that was here before. That's just gonna air dry. I'm gonna leave that there for a couple of hours, and then I'll put all of that away. I think a lot of this is really just big pieces, like really big bulky pieces. But it still was a lot of dishes, but I am so glad that that is all done. Look at that. There is absolutely no more space left. And that is going to be it for this video, you guys. Thank you for joining me today, or yesterday and today. I told Jaden this morning, okay, your birthday is officially over. We have been celebrating him for over a week now, and he has been loving every single minute of it. And you know what? He is such a great kid. A shout out to him for being such an incredible kid. I think I am going to have a second cup of coffee. It is much needed today, and then pretty much just relax the rest of the day. I'll be waiting for my grandbaby to get here a little bit later on and just resume the rest of my normal everyday routine. But that is going to be it for this video, you guys. I hope that you loved it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.